guys, it's Destroyer here, back with another video, and today's video we're going to be doing the Summerslam 2016 WWE predictions and preview-y thingy. So I'm going to go through the card, the main card, not the pre-show, because the pre-show and the first few matches of the pre-card are absolutely meaningless matches. Wow, okay. So I'm going to go through the main card, I'm not going to go through the pre-show, mainly because it's just pointless matches. I don't know why Sami Zayn and Neville are against the Dudley Boys. So, let's start with Carmella, Becky Lynch, Naomi versus Alexa Bliss, Natalya, and it was Eva Marie until she decided to break the wellness policy. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Here is a good spot for Nikki Bella to return as a heel, maybe, or somebody else from NXT to come up to join that trio. However, because Eva Marie's not there anymore, that match was potentially to build her as a heel, or to build her as the character they've been trying to build. I don't know whether they'll give this opportunity for another diva to come in and sort of try and take that spot and run with it, or Nikki Bella to come back a little bit earlier, even though, according to some sources, she's been medically cleared. I honestly think the babyfaces are going to win here unless it's Nikki Bella that comes back. If Nikki Bella comes back, then the win's got to go to the heels. I'm going to still go with Carmella, Becky Lynch and Naomi, but I think maybe they might bring back a diva that they can put in there as a heel and do that. So, but I am going to go with the babyface. Next match is the best of 7 series. Yes, best of 7. Who is it, you ask? Well, is it Stone Cold and Triple H? Is it John Cena, AJ Styles? Is it Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns? No, it's Sheamus and Cesaro. Really, there doesn't need to be 7 matches of this. As much as I like them both as competitors, and I think Cesaro needs a push on a title or needs a title run, it's just pointless. There's no point. Why 7? Why not best of 3? I don't get it. But anyway, it is here. We have to live with it, how they're going to play out the best of 7. Sheamus needs to win the first, because if you have Cesaro win the first, then have Sheamus win the next. You know, you're not going to have back and forth. I think how it's going to go down this best of 7 series is going to be Sheamus, then maybe Cesaro win one, then Sheamus win one, and then Cesaro has to win the rest in order to win the best of 7. Something like that. So, but I still think this needs to start with a Sheamus victory. So I'm going to go with Sheamus. The next match after that is another pointless match. That's just to get Enzo and Cass in the car. I also do not get why Enzo and Cass are going against Jericho and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens needs to be in a title run somewhere. How are people... It's wasted talent. Kevin Owens wasted talent. He could be in the main event picture, and I hope he is after this. But damn, it's just... I love Finn Balor as in like a competitor, and I've been waiting for months and months for him to come to the main roster, but for him to take a shot over Kevin Owens against the title, I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, again, this match has to happen, and it is going to happen. Enzo and Cass have to pick up the victory, because there's no sense giving it to a team that's not going to be there after SummerSlam. There's no sense giving it to Jericho. So Enzo and Cass have to take the victory here to propel them to go against the winner of the match later on between the New Day and the club. So I think it's definite Enzo and Cass. There's no way. It'd be really, really, really bad for them to have Jericho and Kevin Owens beat Enzo and Cass. It's pointless. So the next match is The Miz versus Apollo Crews. Now a lot of people think this is like the start of Apollo Crews' title run. I don't think it should be. I think he should lose. I don't think he hasn't got a character, which is a really, really main part, obviously, of professional wrestling as it is today. His in-ring ability, unquestionable, brilliant. If you were to describe who Apollo Crews is as a character, let me know in the comments below how you would describe Apollo Crews as a character, because currently, the way I see it, he smiles a lot. That's it. That's his character. He smiles. Nothing else. No jokes, no witty comments, no good put-downs, no catchphrases, no signature stuff going to the ring. It's very bland. His character's very bland. He needs to be a completed character before he gets... Because if they're going to be passing the Intercontinental title round as an experimental to see if this guy can become somebody great. It's the wrong use of the title, I think. I think it needs to go to somebody with a big name to give it that, to give it the credentials it needs. I think it might need, as much as people are going to say no to this, John Cena is the champion. I think John Cena needs to be the champion like he did for the US title, get loads of matches in against him, make it this prestigious title. Like the US title is prestigious now because Rusev has made that title prestigious because he hasn't been beaten. He's had this long run, he's a big name, no one's been able to beat him. So I think it needs to have that prestige to that title. I don't think by passing it to every newcomer that comes about is the way that it should be done. My prediction for this is Miz win by disqualification or something along those lines, which will allow, hopefully, for Apollo Crews to get another level of his character. So instead of smiling, maybe the Miz cheats, or Maurice interferes, or Miz wins by disqualification, or loses by disqualification but the title doesn't change hands. Then that sort of smile disappears and he becomes angry. Maybe he's not as smiley, or you can see a change in his character. Maybe, hopefully that's that sort of change. I don't think he needs a title run just yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did win in terms of giving him that push, because he's been getting a massive push as it is. But I think The Miz should win, which would help in future Apollo Crews' character. So the next match is New Day versus The Club. As much as I love the WWE Tag Team Champions, as much as I love your WWE World Tag Team Champions, no, something's missing.
Your WWE World Tag Team Champion!
As much as I love them as a group, I think it's time for it to change hands. I mean, what's really strange is if say Cena was champion for this long, people would be calling for his head and wanting it moving. I think for the tag team division to grow, I think the tag team titles need to change. Maybe have a heel group as there, so you can push a couple of baby faces, some of the lower babyface ones. And in terms of Enzo and Cass, I think you don't want Enzo and Cass beating the New Day. I think you want Enzo and Cass beating the Club. So they are the eventual tag team champions. They're going to be the next big tag team champion that's going to be pushed. So it's going to be better to be against somebody like the Club. So I think Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Club, I think they win against the New Day. And it might be a Big E return, but I hope the New Day don't win. As much as I really love them, I think it's time. I think it should be done at SummerSlam. It shouldn't be done on a Monday Night Raw, and it shouldn't be done at a lesser pay-per-view. Gives it more prestige, the victory prestige. So in terms of when Enzo and Cass come about, then there's more of a prestigious victory for them when they take the titles off the Club eventually at WrestleMania, which I think is going to be the Mania match. Quote me on it. So the next match is Rusev versus Roman Reigns. I really hope that Rusev wins this to boost him as a heel character, to boost him in terms of getting victories under his belt against top superstars, so he can either eventually drop the title and go for the title, the WWE Universal title. That's a really shit name, isn't it? Oh my god. As title names go, that's got to be the word. Yes, so Rusev, he needs this victory in terms of building his character up, and then maybe they can give the US title to an up-and-comer later on that's generating a lot of heat, which then means that you've got this massive giant who hasn't been beaten against this new up-and-coming guy, and then you can give him a boost that way. I don't think he should drop it to Roman Reigns. The only thing I'm worried about is the way that WWE is at the minute. In terms of PG and how they like to have this sort of victorious thing at pay-per-views, where it happens a lot to Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt's family. They would win loads of matches on Raw, and then as soon as it came to a pay-per-view, they'd lose against Ryback, Kane and Big Show, or lesser people, mid-carders or old wrestlers. So I'm worried that that's the case, and I'm worried that's going to happen to Rusev in terms of it being SummerSlam in America. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to be this amazing sort of, yes, America, yes, sort of spectacular event. I really want Rusev to win. I think he's going to win. Quote me up. The next match on the card is John Cena versus AJ Styles. This could be the match of the evening. I mean, if this was another pay-per-view on another card, I think this would be the main event. You have the likes of Sasha Banks and Charlotte, and you've got Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and you've got Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton, so it's not going to be the main event. But I think it could be the match of the night because the previous 2 matches these guys have had have been incredible. They've been untouchable. Word life. I just realised that I just said you think you're untouchable. Word life. John Cena has a massive wrestling bag of tricks that he's been bringing out in these matches that he's been having with all these young talent, and it's just ridiculous how he can keep going and keep competing and how he hasn't skipped a beat and how he doesn't look outclassed by these people, because he's had great matches with Seth Rollins, with Sami Zayn, with Kevin Owens, with AJ Styles. He's having great matches against these young talents, and he's not looking out of place. AJ gets the victory here. I think there's going to be a massive feud between AJ Styles and the winner of the title match tonight, between Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose. I think it's going to be Dean Ambrose, but I'll get to that in a second. Next match is again another match of the night candidate, Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. Now, the boss winning the title on Raw, one of the best matches on Raw, deserves to be main event. It was incredible. I'm going to go out there on a limb and say that's going to be match of the night in terms of what they're going to be able to do as a pairing, and I think they'll just try and push boundaries, which is like the tag team division when the Hardy Boys and Dudley Boys and Edge and Christian were there. There was no boundaries. They were just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, because there was nothing to set themselves against. There was no mark to go higher and higher and higher. They were setting their own marks, and that is the women's division at the minute. In terms of what they can do in the ring, and they have the scope to do all sorts of all the stuff that the male superstars do at the minute. Backflips off the top rope, flinging himself over the top, putting people through tables and stuff like that. They have all that to look forward to. Now, that's why watching female wrestling at the minute is like incredible, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if somebody's going to get powerbombed through a table, because it hasn't been done yet. You don't know if somebody's going to get thrown over the top rope through something, or you don't know if people are going to be hit with chairs or drop kicked or like 20 flips in the air or jumping over the top. You don't know, because it's so unpredictable, and that is in the scope, because that will eventually happen at some point, so you don't know, and it's that unpredictability and how well they can push these boundaries is just incredible. So it's going to be a match of the night. I think I should stick with Sasha, because there's no sense in taking it off for 3 weeks after she's won it. There's no real reason to give it back to Charlotte. Next match is for the WWE World Championship, and it is Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, Dolph Ziggler was thrown into this last minute. I don't get why this is the match. I know the talent of Ziggler is incredible. It's underused, I think, underutilized in recent years. I wouldn't be surprised if he won, but I think it should stick with Ambrose in terms of there's no reason to take it off him. Like, usually when you have title matches, there's a reason to take it off the guy, so to give somebody a push, to generate heat for the other guy. Them both being babyface, I don't get it. I don't get why they'd move it across. I think it should stick with Ambrose and then generate a feud between Ambrose and AJ Styles. I think that's how it should go down, and I think that's how it will go down. So, Dean Ambrose to retain. Quote me on it. So now, the next match, Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the WWE Universal Champion. I can't say that without laughing. Who came up with that? You know, you know what? I know what's happened. Right, this is what's happened. Hey man, we need a new title on Raw. I mean, what should we call it? I don't know. There's a WWE Universe. We need a title. Let's call it the WWE Universal title.
Oh my god, bravo, how fantastic. Oh my god, you are genius.
Really? Anyway, regardless of that, it's going to be a great match. Finn Balor, fantastic. He's come on to Raw, dominated. He's had great matches. He's been in 2 Fatal 4-Ways, and he has had this great sort of mini feud, as it were, with Seth Rollins in terms of how most together and stuff like that, and built this match up. The first holder of the Universal title, as much as Finn Balor is amazing, it shouldn't be. It should be Seth Rollins in terms of how he sort of carried the main event roster in terms of, well, the past year. I don't think it makes sense to give it to Balor yet. Have him win it first, and then maybe 6 months down the line or at Mania, Balor win, and then have that big pop like Bryan did, and then Balor wins the Universal title at Mania, and then blah blah blah. So I think it's going to be Rollins. It's going to be a fantastic match. It's going to be one of the best matches of the night. This sort of card has become amazing in a short space of time. And the last match to take it home, Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. Where are we going to go tonight? Are we going to go to Suplex City, or are we going to go to Viperville? I think there's no sense in Lesnar losing this, because they need to build him back up, because everyone's pretty much forgotten that he's this powerful guy. They haven't really, but in terms of the run he had where he was beating everybody for 4 or 5 months and then he's gone away, gone back to UFC and he's come back. It can't be like the Cena one where he does 20 plus German suplexes and then an F5 and beats him and that be it. It has to be a Lesnar dominate for the first 5 minutes, say, then sort of like the Reigns Lesnar at Mania. Lesnar dominating the entire match, but it getting to a point where Randy Orton's about to win and it's like a kick out at the end and it's dead close and everyone thinks he's going to win. RKO hits 1, 2, a long 2 count, bang, kicks out, and everyone's like, oh my god, and then eventually a Lesnar win. It needs to be a Lesnar win, I think, for the growth. There's no point giving it to Randy Orton unless you were planning to give Randy Orton the title on SmackDown and push him. I think it's better, more beneficial for Lesnar to win and keep him winning, so he is that prize fighter. Out of 10, I'd give this card a 7, because I mean the last 5 matches are incredible, but I think having half the card of matches I don't want to see, and I don't think anybody really wants to see, it's just poor, especially for a SummerSlam. If this was, say, like a Battleground, I'd probably give it an 8 or a 9, because, you know, you can have these questionable card fillers. But if this was Mania, oh my god, it would be a 2. Even though the last 5 are incredible, you, in terms of how you want your card to be, it's not great. Match of the night, as I said, Sasha Banks and Charlotte, I think. Although you've got a lot of candidates there, especially out of the last 5 matches. But I'm going to go with Charlotte and Sasha because of how great they've been against each other and working with each other and stuff like that. Standout wrestler, I think Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton's going to have a stormer tonight. It's his first real big match back. He's had a couple of matches here and there. I think there's probably going to be an outstanding RKO at some point because Lesnar can throw himself about. So I think that's going to be the highlight of the evening. So if you agree with all my stuff, then comment below. If you have differences or who you think is going to win and stuff like that, make sure you comment below. Let me know if you're watching it, if you've watched it, if you enjoyed it. Also, let me know in the comments below if you like me doing this WWE stuff. I mean, I'm a massive fan, but if you prefer to see my FIFA stuff, then I can just tailor it for FIFA, and then maybe if I wanted to in the future, create a separate channel for my WWE stuff or stuff like that. So let me know if you like this sort of thing, and then I can keep doing it. So I can do reviews of Monday Night Raw, I can do top 10 WWE stuff, because I mean I've got a back catalogue in my head of matches and all sorts. So I can do top 10s, I can do reviews, I can do previews, I can do Superstar, I can review Superstars, predict pay-per-view, stuff like that. So let me know if you like me doing the WWE stuff, let me know and I will do more of it. But for now, if you like the video, drop it a like, subscribe if you're new, and see ya.